Hello, hello, Natalie. How are you? I, after getting my phone working as a camera yesterday, I just updated my streaming software and now it won't recognize the plugin for my camera. So we're back to this. We're back on just my laptop camera. So it is what it is. But I'm just here still spinning on my fleece folk fiber that I got out yesterday. So hopefully everything else is working and you can hear me. Apparently you can see me. So, but yeah, I need to figure out something. It's just so hit and miss with getting things to work together and it's so annoying. But it's Saturday. It's the second last day. Pop that, just change that. And I'm kind of sad I didn't get onto this bit of fiber earlier, that I could have had it further along during Tour de Fleece. How is the start of your weekends going? Oh, you can hear me? Good. Oh, that's good. Because it looked like my mic was working, but you never know. Knitting a sock. That's that's fun. What are you knitting? Are you using any kind of pattern? Anything in particular? Knit on a sock for a little while. Mostly been knitting on my jumper that I took away with me, which I still didn't share because I was going to show you the yarn knitting up Harnat. Yeah, I haven't knit a sock for a little while. I was going to take a sock with me away, but I never did. Just knit on my jumper. Yep, I can hear a four-legged friend coming up the stairs. Don't know whether he's going to shove his head in or not. Here he is. He's here. Mate, teleport, don't you? Can never hear you coming. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I like to knit vanilla ones too. Oh my goodness, Mr. Elverpelt. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, I don't want lickies. I don't want you licking my face. No, I don't. No, I don't. Hey? No, I don't. Nobody can see you over there. My spinner's in the way. Hey? Nobody can see your big buff head there. No, they can't. No, they can't. You gonna get down? Nat spotted you. Yes, she has. Yes, she has. You gonna get down? Can you get down so I can do some spinning? No? You're just gonna sit there. Hey? Where's your dad? Why don't you go sit with your dad? Hmm? Yeah, go find dad. You don't get caught in mama's fibre. Good boy. Out you go. Good job. Good job. Woo! What's that? Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, self-striping, I tend to just do vanilla socks. I have tried to do some, like, patterns that have been written for self-striping, but I always usually just gravitate back to a vanilla sock. Because I started doing one sock with some Knit Picks Felici, and all of the stripes were all, they weren't mucked up, but they were like, the colours were all splotching into other stripes. It was pretty bad. Hi, Susanna. How you going? Yeah, apparently Elvis didn't want me to do any spinning. can hear his dad's making some food, so it is very pretty, isn't it? That's this is Azra's fiber that she gifted me. She dyes under fleece folk fiber. So I think she picked this one specifically for me because I've already spun the other one that she picked for me. And I've got one more braid of fiber from Azra that I bought in her very first shop update. Apparently her shop updates are hard to get anything in these days, which is incredible. She does a very good job. The colours are very pretty. I've got to spend some more time practicing my fiber dyeing because I do want to get, I've always wanted to get fiber in the shop for like 10 years now. And I just never have managed to be happy with any of my output. But I did grab, I think, nearly a kilo of fiber from Nundle last time I put in an order. So I'm probably going to dye that up and see how that goes and pop that in the shop, see if anybody's interested in my dyed fiber. Eventually. Yeah, apparently she's selling out really, really quickly, which is incredible for a new seller. Might need to use my internet friend card. See if I can jump ahead of she can dye me some especially or jump ahead of the queue. Go, hey bestie. Not that we're best friends, but it might be the only way I'll get any more anyway. Because I've loved the colours that she's done that I've gotten so far. So yeah, I've been trying to dye fiber for many, 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 many years, and I don't know if it's just the fiber that I've purchased, like the raw fiber, or it's me messing something up along the way, but I've never been super happy with the fiber that I have dyed. So I've put it in the shop, but I've just never really been happy with it when I've dyed it, I've mostly put it in the shop, but I'm just not confident with it. I'm always too paranoid that I'm going to felt it. Um and yeah, it's a tricky one. Plus the way I would like to do it would be to put it in trays and put it in my oven to like cook because I don't like doing it on the stove top because I've got an electric stove and the temperature is really hard to control and you end up with hot spots in your tray and I don't like that. I would rather put it in a nice low oven and just let it cook evenly, but I haven't as yet been able to find any trays that are small enough to fit in my oven because I have a small oven. So I'm not really sure how to go about it because I have to be able to do it at like a quantity that makes it worth it to like, I need to have some sort of economy somewhere so that I can, it's worth me doing it to sell because if I'm not getting any kind of economy, then it's just a waste of time. And yeah, I just need to find some trays that are small enough to fit in my dinky little oven. Maybe the next stove I get will be just a touch bigger, hopefully. Because I think the current one I've got's only like 50 or 55 centimeters wide. Yeah, maybe because I got ones from IKEA back in the day, and at the time they were the smallest ones I could get. Um, but because I think I got those back, ooh, already a while ago. Um, and yeah, they kind of because they've got lips on this, like they're basically like lasagna trays, I suppose. And because the lip comes up and over the side, the lip is too wide to fit in my oven, so I can't put it in either way. I can't put them in long ways either way. Because yeah, my oven's only probably about 50 centimeters wide. Yeah, I have seen Chemnitz channel, because they do it on the hob as well. But I just don't like having those hot spots where the fiber is kind of bubbling away in those sections where they're on the hot plate and like not warming up properly and not cooking properly in the other spaces. Like I try and adjust them on the hob so that I can try and get the heat a bit more evenly distributed. Like I move them around as they're cooking, but I don't like the jostling while it's hot. Oh, that's a good point. Caravanning or camping. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Maybe I'll have a look at that. Because I'd like to be able to do like at least two braids of each colorway at a time, just to kind of make it worth it, like the electricity of the oven and everything worth it. Because I can't do, it's pointless doing one braid at a time. It needs to be more efficient than that. Because I need to get find a big salad spinner as well to spin them all out. Because I don't like putting them in my front loader to spin. Yes, it is, Susanna. Yeah, it was such a bright kind of yellow with a little bit of um there's like an undertone of brown in it. Um Actually my latest batch didn't turn out exactly the same as my original that I called Hot English. The newest batch turned out a little bit brighter. But yeah, it was named after mustard. I was thinking about a Bain Marie. Simon and I were looking at it, but the only ones I could find were like big catering ones. So I need to do a bit more of research into that. And because then the problem with the Bain Marie is then I have to find somewhere to store it. Like the trays, at least I can just chuck them outside with on top of the filing cabinet that I keep my dyes in. Because they're easy to wash and just get them ready to go again if they get dusty. Whereas an actual appliance would probably need a bit more care rather than stainless steel trays. Mm. And it has to be obviously a big enough Bain Marie to hold, at least 200 grams of fiber if I'm doing two at a time. So, like, I feel like my requirements are really picky. That's why I haven't found a solution yet. Because I find with a lot of stuff, I do kind of just settle and then things aren't right. And then I need to then ultimately pay more money to fix that problem. So I think I'm trying to really think about it and get really good, like really firm on what it is that I'm after before I go and invest money in anything. Because I mean, I guess the only other option would be potentially like a slow cooker that I only use for fiber that is big enough that I can fit a couple of braids in. But again, that's an appliance that I'm then going to have to find space to keep. But I guess at least you could probably steam in that as well, like you would with a bain marie. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I just need to get more comfy with it. Because like I want to be able to leave things like leave fiber where it is as well until like it cools completely, so I don't do any jostling around and potentially felt it, because I don't, felting is bad. I don't want to be doing that. Three tray one. Okay, I'll have to have a look. Because again, I guess it depends how big each of those three little trays are, the three trays that it has. Because I've been thinking, like, not that we've really been since I was sort of thinking about it, but to go to like cash converters or a thrift shop or something and see if I can find anything there. Because at least then that's not a big money outlay, hopefully, at the beginning, and then test it and see whether it works for what I want. Gosh, I'm getting close to the end of this already. Guess that's what happens when you split your fibre in three. Yeah, that's a good point. Because I've actually been thinking about whether, like, if, when and if I need to be able to dye more yarn at once, thinking about getting some hot plates like that. Because yeah, my electric hot like hobs are pretty useless. We really need a new stove, but along with the new fences and the new shed and the new everything else that we need to pay for. It's somewhere on the list. It'll happen eventually. 'Cause the other annoying thing with the trays that I currently have, they have like a little, um, I don't know what you'd call them. Actually, they were roasting trays, not lasagna trays. Now that I think about it, they've got like around the edge, there's like a little like a little runnel, I suppose, for like off running. I guess of like fat and juices and things if you were roasting something in them, which makes them hard to fit on because obviously they sit up, so that little rim kind of lifts them up, um, so that the bottom isn't flat on the hot plate. So ultimately, I think some different trays are called for. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's all things to think about, isn't it? But I guess where there's a will, there's a way. I'll figure it out. One day, one day I shall have fibre in the shop. Because I do have a bunch of like little sliver downstairs that I've been trying to turn into lucky dip bags. But oh boy, is making those into little nests not good for my dopamine levels. I can do it for very, very short bursts of time, and it's like I think only dyed 200 grams of two different like colorway batches, and I've barely made any nests because I last maybe 10 minutes if I'm lucky. It's just so boring. So it's like I don't think that even though that product is fun, I don't think it's going to be ultimately very sustainable for me to do because it's very boring. I need to find something incredibly entertaining to watch or listen to while I'm doing it. Because I still have a bag here for my friend because I made some a while back and split it into three. So Azra got a bag, I got a bag here for my friend, and then I spun a bag as well. I don't think I showed that skein off. I've got that downstairs. Um, but the Lucky Dip bags are pretty fun as well. I always feel like I have more ideas than I have capacity to actually fulfill, which is probably not a bad thing, but I'm also very lazy. And sometimes I'd rather be playing Animal Crossing than working. And working for yourself, it's very hard to keep yourself motivated, I find, especially when, I have issues with executive function and that kind of thing. Oh, you saw the little Lucky Dips. I've got it here. It's like within hands reach. Ugh, just had to get off me butt. That is what I made and bagged up for the three of us. So it's a bit dusty now. I was sitting there. I was supposed to give this to my friend like months ago, but yeah, I forgot to take them when we caught up. So they're still hanging around here. But yeah, I want to be able to have like little bags like these in the shop because they're fun. They made a really nice skein actually because often I bought these years ago from somebody who made them from America, and I didn't like the skein that I got. I thought it was very ugly, whereas I actually quite liked the one that I made from my bag of bits. So I think it's about making yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of different colorways different to that one downstairs. Um, that I'll probably mix together because they do actually play quite nicely together, and it gives you a bit more variety in the bag and the skein that you ultimately get. Um, but yeah, it's just a matter of making him into all those little nests. It's just like, no, I just don't want to. He's so boring. Ah. Yeah, I've got to be better about being disciplined and getting my work stuff done because I just go months without updates because I just am not disciplined and I don't get things done in time. And then I go, I'll leave that till next month, and then I don't get it done next month either. It's like I have a bunch of bag parts here. They're like sitting on my desk right in front of me, like taunting me. I've got them here on a tray. Like I cut these. So these are all my linings on top. And then I've got all these patchwork bits for bags in here. And I just haven't sewn them up yet because I need to put batting in them and quilt them. And they're just sitting. They have just been sitting for months now. So I am very naughty, and sewing is not my number one jam. Yep, for sure. Because I'm gonna eventually they're gonna be like the outsides are gonna be battered and quilted, like just very simple straight line quilting. And and then put together. They're going to be drawstring bags, so eventually, eventually they'll get done. Oh god! This week I need to do a bunch of photographing and twisting of skeins and labeling, etc., to get an update out by the end of the week. But I don't think that any bags will be done by then. But hopefully next month. Hopefully next month. Because everything's going up and I need to make some money. I did my budget today finally. Oh my gosh, I think I mentioned that at some point. I was kind of scared to do the budget because of like going away and not knowing how much I spent and everything, and how it's my job to try and figure out how to get it all into the budget. I did it this morning and I'm all sorted. I'm all balanced. It's all good. So that was a relief. I'd been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I've done it now and we're all fine. So it's all good. It's all good. I spent a little bit more than I thought I did, but that's okay. I figured it out. I've covered it. It's all good. It's the main thing. The bills are paid, and my frivolous purchases have also been covered, so we're all good. I'm going to. My plan is Monday to get a video filmed and out about my trip to Bendigo. So that's Monday's task. I've got that already planned out. I haven't got my thoughts together yet, but I have planned it out. Yep. All right. As long as I can remember. But you follow me on Instagram anyway, so if I talk about having any bag like lucky dip bags and things coming out, just remind me and I'll DM you and we'll try and fix something. Because it wouldn't be the first time I've done that for a friend. It's usually only the collaboration and limited edition stuff that I don't tend to let anybody get those early, but yeah, just regular stuff. That's okay. Because yeah, I might need to get different bags as well, because that bag I think only has about 70 or 80 grams in it and it's quite full. So I might need to source some different bags to store them in, like to sell them in. But especially if I'm going to do 100 at a time, like 100 grams. I actually think that also I think Azra's YouTube channel is actually doing better than mine at the moment because she actually uploads. So her YouTube channel is probably a better advertising than mine would be. She's very she seems very disciplined, whereas I am not. I am all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing at any minute of any day. I need to take classes, get Azra to teach me how to do that because she is on it. It's quite admirable, really. It's something I'm absolutely not that type of person. I used to think that I was very type A and I used to be very perfectionist, and turns out I'm actually really not. One of a kind dying that doesn't go to plan. I'll let you know. Okay. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I have especially in the Advent, I've had a couple of years where, because I usually buy extra minis just in case I really stuff one up so I can re-dye it. And I've not had many over the years because I'm pretty good at knowing what dyes are going to do these days. Like I've been doing it long enough that I have a very good feeling for how things will turn out. But occasionally they throw me a curveball. So yeah, sometimes I do have things that are maybe not quite how I planned. Oh, I like untangling yarn as well. That is, yeah, that's something that I do like. If I get yarn bath, I'm like, heck yes, because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna figure you out. It's the puzzle solving part of my brain. I love that stuff. But just splitting up little bumps of fiber, it's just like, oh, oh my God. Maybe I need to rope Simon in on it. Put him to work for Lovebird Lane. At least if I have someone doing it with me. But then I'm such a perfectionist in certain things. Like I'm just gotten through saying I'm not a perfectionist, but like certain things about the way my my shop stuff is presented, I can be quite picky about. So yeah, I don't think I'd be a very good boss. I would have to work very hard on letting things go, I think, because not everyone's going to do it the way I do it. And I'd probably be like, "Hey, let's go have coffee. Let's just have a coffee. Let's have a break." And nothing would get done. But yes, I need to figure out a way to be a little bit more on the ball with things. It's funny, I used to be very organized when I used to be in a job. Like I would always be on top of everything and I would have everything organized and my desk would be organized. I'd know where absolutely everything is. But working for myself, it's just all out the window. It's like, no, absolutely hopeless. Do you get paid in hugs? Yeah, probably. A lot of gratitude anyway. I'll make him dinner. It's just paying me back for all the housework I do. I'm closer to a trad wife than a business owner, I tell you what. I'm definitely not a trad wife. I just happen to cook and clean mostly because I'm at home all the time. Oh, I'm getting a ganglion cyst in my wrist, guys. It's so pronounced. I don't know whether I need to go to the doctor about it, whether it will just go away on its own. I've had them before, but this one's very pronounced. Yes, I closed it. I actually took it off today. I was supposed to take it off yesterday, Susanna. Why were you wanting to join? Because I can put it back up. Because I do have another person who said that they wanted it, but they haven't responded to my message either. So I've just taken it down and I figured anybody who's still interested can contact me. Because I've still got 3 spots. Because I'm only doing 10 this year. Usually I do 20, but I've just not had the interest this year. And I'm not surprised with the way cost of living and everything's going. I'm not surprised people can't afford it. I've tried to keep the costs down as much as possible, but everything's going up, including for me. So it's hard. Oh, really? That's so funny. Thwack it with a heavy book because I can see it just like it's right here on my wrist. It's very pronounced. Because all right, or you can email me as well. It's just hello@lovebirdlane.com. I usually see the email quicker than the DMs. I don't always check my DMs, but either or. Yeah, I've had them before, but I've never really. I figured that they just go away on their own, so I just never really worried about it. It's clearly probably all of this spinning that I've been doing every day. Getting close to the end. Wow. Can't believe I've already done a third of this braid. And this is my long colour repeats. So this is going to be very pretty yarn, I think, when it's done. The colours are just really pretty. Oh, yay! That's so fun, Nat. You know, the most ridiculous thing that went up, I had to account for extra this year was the bags that I put all of the minis in, because I like to put them in just paper bags because they can be composted. It's like less waste. Because I kind of don't really like the idea of having like tulle ones, or like, well, not that you want tulle anyway because you'll be able to see through them, but like fabric ones and things, because like, what do you do with them afterwards? Um, so I like to have compostable paper bags that I put them in, and because I used to be able to get 500 bags, including shipping, for about $25. And now the place that I used to get them from is no longer, I think they're closing shop. So the closest alternative I could find was like $80 for the same amount plus postage. I was just like, I'm sorry, what? So yeah, that's been a big kind of just like not being able to get what I would usually use was a bit of a setback in my planning, and I spent half a day trying to find alternatives. And yeah, that was the best I could find, was like including shipping, like 90 some dollars for the same amount of bags. So that's very annoying. I'm thinking about getting a fiber. I'd love to get a fiber advent, but I don't think Beersheba is going to do them, or they're going to be at such a low amount that I'm probably not going to be able to nab one. So I'm a bit sad. Though Fiber Arts Shed are doing a 12 days of summer or something, like a 12-day fiber or yarn. I guess it's an advent. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe. It's a lot more work though, like, because that's the thing with advents, is there's so much work, and I don't charge for my labor mostly in the advents. So yeah, if anything that takes even longer, I don't know. Oh, you got Beersheba. Yeah. Well, because Azra got one last year, and I loved watching her open that every day on her Vlogmas. And when I spoke to the lady on Sunday when I went and bought my braid of fiber from them, she was like, "Oh, I might be able to do 6. I probably won't do it this. Like, I didn't really want to do it this year, but people keep asking me. But it's probably only going to be half a dozen." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to get one if it's only 6 of them." Because yeah, I loved watching Azra open hers last year. I'm looking forward to spinning that fiber I got from them, actually. It's so soft. It's really, really lovely. But I'm not touching anything from Bendigo yet until I've shown it off. In January, it had a special sale. Yeah, maybe because she didn't sell them for the Advent. Maybe they were hanging around. But I think after Azra showed them off, she's probably a little bit more popular, I would have thought. So I don't know. I'm going to see. She told me where to follow, so I followed her on Facebook. So she said that's where she'll notify. So hopefully I'll be able to see it and grab one if she does them. I really like to get the fiber arts one, but I just don't have the dollars just at the minute. I can't justify buying even more stuff after I've just been away and spent a bunch of money. Maybe if they're still around in a month or two, I'll grab one. Big long hair. Because it was actually I can't remember who was doing it now, but there was like a subscription box that wasn't too badly priced. I can't remember who did that now, whether you can jump in any time or whether it was like you had to sign up at the beginning. But that was for like you'd get fiber and add-ins and things. But I guess you probably want add-ins and things are only really good if you're carding things, I guess. Like your stellinas and bits and pieces. I don't have a carder yet. I saw one at Bendigo though. I want the big 30 centimeter hand crank one, and they had one sitting there, and I'm like, I want you so bad. One day. I reckon I might keep going until I'm done with this bit of fibre, folks. I've got a little bit left. And then I will head off for today, and I will be back tomorrow for the last day. And then I will, obviously, like I said yesterday, I will figure out when I'm going to do my regular ones so that I can and try and figure out this plug-in issue with my streaming software and my phone as a camera. I'm very annoyed. You update software and it's like, no, it doesn't work anymore. It's like, you're not my friend. I don't like you anymore. It's making my life hard. I have to take a photo of this and send it to Azra this afternoon. Say, look what I'm doing. She got pretty excited when I showed her the last skein I did from her fibre, so that's the fun thing. Like I don't see enough people sharing stuff that they knit from my yarn. So I never get to see it knit up. So I don't know whether my yarn just sits in people's stash and marinates for a long time or what. Or my peeps just aren't on Instagram regularly enough to share. Because I think that's one of the things when you make a raw material. Like it's why Azra is so excited to see the yarn made from her fibre. It's like when you make the raw material and then somebody makes it their own by, spinning it a certain way, knitting it a certain way. It's always really fun to see what you made turned into something else. It's one of my favourite things. So I haven't worked on my machine knit sweater for the last week. I was halfway through the process of putting it back on the machine because I had to take it off and frog it back to the ribbing, and I haven't got it back on the machine yet. Ah. Now that the pressure's off to not have it for Bendigo, I can probably get through it quicker because I won't be making so many mistakes by rushing. I would like to get it done and perhaps be able to wear it before the end of winter. That would be good. I mean, it's only in 4-ply, so I could wear it into spring probably. But I've mostly been knitting on my Mia sweater, which is what I took away with me. I think I'm getting close to splitting for the arms. Getting close to the end now. I've made it a little bit matted on the bottom here. I've been holding it in my hands, too sweaty. It's all stuck together. That always happens when I get to the end of my bits of fibre because they drag all over the floor and then they sit in my hot little hand for a little while and they just get all matted. And I have trouble drafting the last little bit of my fibres. It happened with the other one that I did as well, the Bendigo Woolen Mills one that I finished the bobbin of the other day. It was all matted at the bottom. Because then what do you call it? The evenness of my single gets all messed up because some bits are thin like the rest of it and other bits are a bit thicker because they're not drafting away from each other like they should because I've matted them all together. Oh well, that's okay. Actually, I'm going to fix that a little bit. Got a little lump in my single. There we go. That's a bit better. All right, nearly there. All right, there we go. Done. Ooh, let's get that nicely. Oh gosh, I've made a mess of that last little bit of the bobbin. Oh well, that's fine. All right, we'll turn that around and you can have a look. That's my first third. I didn't do very well towards the end here, putting it on my bobbin. But the other way, the rest of it looks okay. So I reckon that'll be real pretty when it starts to get plied up. So yeah, you can see it. There we go. It's finally the screen in front of me for YouTube is finally caught up. So there you go. That's my first third of my Fleece Folk Fibre, Corriedale, Cheviot and Bond is what I have there. So yeah, it's turned out real pretty. It's going to look real nice when because I've got the rest of it over here. Because I've got 2 bundles for the next bobbin, and then I've like really got a bunch of different little bits and pieces for the rest, the third bobbin. So I think that's probably it for today, friends. I will head off. We managed to make 50 minutes, which is a little bit longer than usual. But yeah, I'm gonna head off and decide what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. I think I need to get some washing done. Finish off my washing. I started already, but I'm gonna go finish it off. But thank you for hanging out again. And I will be back tomorrow, same time. I think. I don't think we have anything planned for tomorrow, so I can always just trot up here whenever I'm ready. And yeah, I will hopefully catch you then if you're around. And I hope you'll have a good rest of your day. And I will catch you tomorrow.